right, there we go. All right, we are officially live. Let me check my phone to make sure we're live. All right, we're good to go. Welcome, guys. Welcome to today's the first episode of Feature Friday, where we're going to bring to you network marketers that are killing it in the game, having success, and maybe sometimes some people that are struggling and have some stories too. But we're going to bring you some value in the network marketing industry. So tune in every Friday as we bring you a fresh interview with a rock star in network marketing. And I think there was a lot of different reasons why we picked our very first guest. But for me, the number one reason is when we first started in the network marketing profession 5.5 years and 6.5 years ago, there was one guy, one of a few guys that really helped us be successful initially, helped us believe in the industry, helped us believe that we could have success. And that was the guy you're looking at right now, Mr. Fred Graves, coming out of Tampa, Florida. And she actually got into network marketing before I did. So I remember when I joined 11 months after she did, one of the guys that she kept talking about was Fred Graves. And she introduced, I think it was in Anaheim or something, Anaheim, California, where she introduced me to Fred. And Fred really helped us have belief in the industry and that we could succeed. Because like us, it was our first time in the industry and it was his first time. So seeing that somebody that was first time in the industry, was able to have the success that he was having, it really helped us believe that we didn't have to be hotshot marketers. We didn't have to be hotshot, experienced, fast talkers, salespeople, any of that stuff. He was just a guy from the construction industry, serial entrepreneur, but everything outside of the network marketing industry. So maybe tell a little bit of your story about Fred when you first started, because she pumped this guy up like, you got to meet this guy, Fred, every time.
Fred was so like, and now you're like one of our best friends in the business. And it's just been so much fun getting to know you and working with you and your family. And we just love you guys so much. But Fred was actually, after I had joined network marketing, he was my first introduction. I got on a phone call with Fred and I heard his story, and he was living the life that I wanted to live. And back then I was working 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and Fred had freedom, young, our age, and I wanted what he had. And Fred, like, I came from a place of like stuck. It was bad, I was stuck. But when I was around Fred, he made me just 10 foot tall and bulletproof. And I just completely believed in the possibilities that network marketing could provide. And I left with a feeling of like, this is my time and it's time to go. And I would bring as my team started to grow, I'd bring them all around Fred. Like, you got to hear Fred, you got to hear his story. Tell him what you told me. And so I'm excited to have you here sharing your story with everyone that's following our page, so they can feel what I felt initially when I met you. So the pressure's on. Pressure's
on. And before we let Fred have the floor, drop a line and let us know where you're chiming in from. I know we have friends that are probably joining us from Canada, the United States, all over the world. So let us know in the comment section. And then let us know if you're watching it live or if you're watching the replay. And we're going to kick this thing off and just let Fred tell a little bit of his background. He's got an amazing story. So Fred, why don't you just give us like a condensed version of where you came from and how you ended up in network marketing?
Awesome, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys asking me to be on here. It's exciting for me because we meet a lot of people along the way. And I understand that every single person in life, they have the opportunity to create whatever life they want. And a lot of times the hurdles that people put on their self, that they put up the boundaries. The only boundaries we have in life are the ones we put there on ourselves. So it's exciting to see you guys. And I did believe in you guys because I know that anybody can create whatever life they want. And the fact that you guys went for it and faced a lot of fears that we all have because that clear vision of what you want out of it. It's exciting. It's exciting to see you guys go through a lot of the struggles we all go through and achieve what you guys have achieved. So, first off, just thanks for having me. But, a little bit about my background, guys. I think I love this industry because I've grown to learn more about people as a whole. I grew up with a father that was my biggest cheerleader. You can do anything. You're the best. I remember being 13 years old and looking at a cute girl, and he's like, "You're probably going to marry her." Right? Just everything. I just always had that. And I just built this confidence of, man, I can do anything. My father was killed at 15, and he instilled so much belief in me from the time I was born to 14 that I can't let him down, right? I can't. So I literally dealt with that emotion and focused on creating success in life and in business. I used to stress myself out in high school, worried about, am I going to succeed in life? And my life kind of took a serious change at the age of 16, Tim and Sarah. I was in 10th grade, my first semester, 10th grade. And, you know, all your friends are talking about what college you're going to go to, what sports you're going to play. And for me, I just wanted to go to work. I was so worried about not being successful. I wanted to go to work. My family, we subcontracted for FEMA, doing disaster relief work. So, you know, anytime you hear of a natural disaster on the Weather Channel and everybody's being evacuated, we were the only morons heading to that city, because that's what we did. My whole family, my dad's 8 brothers and 2 sisters. I grew a passion for running heavy equipment. I knew that's what I was going to do in life. And at 16 years of age, I made some hard choices. You know, a lot of people were talking about what college, what school. And I was like, you know what, I'm ready to go to work. You know, like, well, yeah, but you know, what college are you going to go to? Because as you guys know, society, they're brainwashed in thinking you've got to have a degree to be successful in life. And I do believe if you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, yes, go to college. I don't want to go to a doctor that decided to drop out of school and find his way in medicine. But for me, it just didn't serve a place. I was going to run a business, and it didn't make sense to me to go have a professor teach me how to run a business, and that dude's not running a business. So I took the theory in life. You know what? If someone has achieved something you want, common sense it says it's doable, right? If they have something, they've done it. Go follow what they've done, and you'll get it. So that's what I did. I dropped out of school at 16 years of age and surrounded myself with successful people doing what if they had what I wanted, I did what they did, right? Yes, I had a fun childhood at 16, 17, 18, but I also knew when to put my business hat on and take things serious. And I watched them. And really, Tim, I was just a good follower. If someone had something I wanted, I did what they did. And that theory worked for me. I made my first $1 million at the age of 24. Unfortunately, that industry got flooded out, and there wasn't a lot of money in it before. There used to be a lot of money in it. We used to get paid for being emergency response. And every year, more people come and more people come and more people come. And rather than just going down a sinking ship, I love work, but I don't like working for free. And I went into something else, and I invested in a gypsum mine. So I moved to Dominican Republic. I was there for a year living there, mining gypsum. Kind of crazy to be 5 years old, and your next door neighbor in a third world country is Cemex, the 3rd largest distributor of concrete. And here I am. I got some investors that back me, and I'm going all in on this thing. And everything was going great. I lived there for a year. When the economy turned south here in the U.S., you know, I remember going and having conversations with friends and family, you know, going, hey, how's life? How's things going? They're like, you know, that the economy went south. And I'm thinking, I made the right choice. You know, I got out of the U.S. just in time. Well, because of the economy getting hit, the financial backing that I had, the investors I had in that project, they backed out. So August of 2009, I came back to the U.S. with a suitcase full of clothes, no car, no house, and had to start my life over. And, you know, at the time, you don't think, you feel like your life's over. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to turn. You're like, oh my gosh, you know, I was on such a great path. I was so ahead of the game. And I just literally it's kind of like a video game. You're almost about to win it and the power goes out, right? I mean, only it's life. So, oh man, it was a struggle. But that's kind of my story leading me up to where we're at today.
Awesome. So you talked a lot about, you know, just being a type of person that sought out people, you know, that were successful and follow their lead, which really plays a lot into network marketing, because we always tell ourselves be coachable and, you know, kind of follow the lead of your leaders, right? But tell us, aside from that, tell us what was the main difference between the success that you achieved in traditional business versus succeeding in network marketing, because we know that it doesn't matter how much experience you have in business. When it comes to network marketing, it's a completely different ballgame. So maybe talk to us about that transition from traditional business to network marketing.
Well, it starts with the mindset. And a lot of times you get in, I said yes to this opportunity because I saw the vision of the industry. I saw the ability to not just make a lot of money, but gain my time back. And even though I was crushing it in storm business, you know, I would go away and I would work 7 days a week, 16 hours a day, make a crap load of money, but that was my life. And, you know, I don't care how much money you have in life. If you're not enjoying it, what's the purpose of living, right? So I got into this because of all of those things. But I will tell you, it probably was 6 months in to where, I got in the business, and I was every month I was rank advancing. My team was growing, and I could only get so far, Tim. And I got to a point to where my business wasn't growing. I'm like, what's going on? What happened? What's going, what's the problem? And the problem was I was treating this business like I was my traditional business. And in traditional business, you are in full control, meaning, you predict everything. Your actions, if you have employees, it's on you whether they do a good job, whether they don't. Where in this industry, you're creating a following of a voluntary army. You can't fire them. You can't tell them, hey, step it up. Hey, you can't tell them, hey, you didn't show up, you can't do this. You've got to create people that want to follow you. You got to create a following by inspiration, by motivation, by, most importantly, leading by example. And that's not always easy. That's not always easy to do. If you're a business owner, a lot of business owners, if you ever watch the movie the show where they go behind the scenes and they're undercover boss, a lot of those undercover bosses, they don't even know how to do the day-to-day activity that their business they own does, because they're crunching numbers and they're calling the shots. Well, as a business owner, I've never worked for anybody. At one time I had 200 employees. I was used to calling the shots. I was used to hiring some contractor and saying, go do it. And if you don't do it, I'm going to fire you and get someone else. So it was a huge awakening for me to get into business and realize that everything that I knew about business and being a business owner and managing people, it was thrown out the door. So it was a wake-up call. But like you said, when you have a vision of where you want to go, you've got to be able to adapt. You got to be willing to change. So one of the things I had to do is change my mindset to understanding why. And then one of the things my biggest takeaway is, in traditional business, we grow up feeding off of instant gratification, right? I mean, even as a little kid, you guys got a baby. If you want your baby to do something, you have a award at the end, right? And eventually you guys are going to be teaching your baby how to go potty train. And if you go pee-pee in the potty, here's this. So we go through life, right? We go through life going, if you do this, you get this. So our mind is programmed off instant gratification. And it's why society goes to work Monday through Friday and they accept what their value of their life is. So I had to change the way that I think, because in this business, A, you're creating voluntary army, but B, the way that you get results, it comes later on down the line. So again, I had to be willing to grow as a person. It's stuff you don't learn in traditional business. In traditional business, they're not telling you need to grow your mind. You need to keep learning. You got to continue being better and better. Most CEOs are cocky, arrogant jerks because they've accomplished a lot. And I know a lot of wealthy people, and they won't even entertain a conversation because they're sitting up here, right? And in our business, there is no up here. The day that you feel like you're up here is the day you're done growing. You've got to stay humble. You got to relate to that brand new person. The reason why I looked at Sarah and believed so much in her, because I had all the fear that she had. I came from the same place that she was at. And that's what I love about this business is no one wakes up with a golden spoon. Every single person has to go through the same exact fear and rejection and hurdles. Every single person that gets to the top of this industry, they all had to crawl the same way. It's so much like childhood. It's not even funny. I mean, you got to crawl before you walk, and you can't expect your kid to not spill food on them when the first time they start eating. It's the same exact process, only this is your life. So, it's I will tell you that the biggest thing is you got to be opening to change. You as a person, being successful in life, you come into this and think you got it figured out, and you don't know jack. Every single person that gets involved with this industry is at the same level playing field, simply because that mindset. It comes down to changing the way that you think, and the person that is willing to do that wins. It's that simple.
Can you go in a little bit, because I watched a little bit of a live you did earlier, a little bit about being a student. You talked a little bit about on the Facebook Live about how you used to go to events, whether it's a company event or a generic event, and you used to not take any notes, but you've had kind of an aha moment over the last year and a half where you decided that you're going to take it a little differently. So tell us about how a guy like you, who's a multiple six-figure and has earned millions of dollars in this industry, What did you do differently a year and a half ago that you started to do, and how has that affected your business moving forward?
Well, again, I think it comes down to growing every day and changing every day. You have these barriers in life, and I was successful and I have achieved a lot. And, you know, the first thing I changed was that mindset, right? And that can get you so far. And it's honestly, it's a humbling factor. I had some big mentors in my business that achieved a lot, and I was following them. And their success went straight to their head, and their ego and the choices they made crumbled them back to the bottom. So for me, what really opened my eyes is, you know, I most of the times when you go to trainings, if you've had success, you know what they're talking about, right? You know, if they're talking about the simple principles on how to create success, yes, I know that. Yes, I know that. Yes, I've done that. So in your head, it's kind of reminders. But then what's kind of opened my eyes is the way that I can explain it and articulate that message. If I know how to articulate a certain message abroad, I can reach a bigger audience. And when you're in a business, there is no finish line. I mean, here's the difference. In traditional business, you'd never have a finish line because you're always trading time for money. In this, the finish line is you can gain your time back and create money where you could literally turn your phone off. But you grow so much as a person. You have such a big passion for helping people. I tell people there's another part of this industry that you can't explain until you get there. It's so much bigger than the money. It's so much bigger than the time with your family. But when you can have a little bit to do with helping someone be a stay-at-home parent, right? When you can help someone come home from a job that they didn't like, when you can help someone create a life that they want to live, it's the biggest reward that you can ever feel. So for me, it was like, I need to start taking better notes to where I can rather than just explain how you database, explain how you invite. There's multiple ways to do each one of these principles. And the more that I can hear and take notes from other people, the better I'm going to be at teaching it. And for me, writing, the more that you write, it embeds in your head. And there's so many different levels of leadership in this industry that, you know, I got to perfect. I got to be better. I got to be better every day. I got to continue to grow. So I noticed at this last generic event that we were at, there was a lot of top earners. And you start seeing they're all taking notes and they're flipping pages. Why? We know what we're talking about. But again, the day that you feel, man, I got this, is the day that that the ego sets in, that the cockiness sets in, and it's the day you quit growing. So again, the industry is about setting the pace. And if I've got my team sitting 10 rows behind me and I'm on my cell phone, or I'm texting, or I'm laughing with the person next to me, or I'm into taking notes, what are they going to do? They're going to follow you. So most importantly, it sets the pace for your team.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you have shared lots of keys to success with everyone that's watching, and you have been in the industry for what is it, 8 years now?
8 years this month. Yep.
8 years. And you've heard he's been on both sides. He's been in traditional business and in network marketing. So from your experience and what you know about this now, what is your vision for the future of network marketing?
You know, I feel more and more people are open to side money, side gigs. I mean, Uber's the best example I can give. Uber, if you would have told me that there was a technology that was going to disrupt yellow cab service, I'd say you're crazy, right? And I love to invest. I wouldn't have seen that one coming. I'd be pretty upset if I knew about it because I probably would have missed it. But I mean, how many moms and dads and husbands and wives are driving Uber? I mean, now more than ever, people are realizing that there's other ways to make money. And as soon as the opinion of our industry, it's so misunderstood, right? And I used to get so upset when people would say pyramid scam, and I'd defend it. And my growth spurts, me being having more wisdom and growing and understanding people, it's just ignorance. They don't know. People are so stuck with the masses that more and more you see people taking control of their future. And when you see the Amazons completely disrupt the brick and mortar, I mean, I just heard it was 11 o'clock this morning, and they already said that Black Friday was down 30% because of the internet, right? So because of everything changing, technology changing, people are more aware and they're realizing, hey, I better adapt. So where do I see this industry? I seeing it the way that transacts every business. I mean, when look at people don't understand Verizon, one of the biggest technology companies around. They have a referral program, right? DirecTV has a referral program. All the multi-billion-billion-dollar companies realize the power of network marketing. Warren Buffett, all these major billionaires realize this is the most powerful way to do business. I was just watching this morning on yachting. I don't watch TV, but if I do, it's either growing my mind or creating a bigger vision. And yacht sales is a TV show I watch a lot because I'm picking my yacht out. I can't afford it yet, but I'm going to have it. Trust me.
I'm going to be on that yacht with you guys.
What's that?
We're going to be on the yacht with you guys.
That's right. That's right. So I was watching this gentleman and woman in Wellington, Florida. Wellington, Florida it's the horse spot of the world, and they're looking at a $4 million boat, and their business is horses. And out of the wife's mouth, she says, "We network is how we build our brand. We network is how we build our charity. Networking is the way of the future. And the faster that the people of the world find out and your friends and family find out. So if you're in network marketing, don't be upset if your friends and family are saying no to you. They're not saying no to you. They're saying no to themselves. They're saying no to preconceived notions. They're not saying no to you. So don't allow you to become emotionally attached to what people say. You're in control of your business, and you're the only one that can predict where you're going. So we can't allow the influence of other people. But I see this already. I mean, when you do the numbers, Tim, I don't have it in front of me. I don't know if you know offhand what $165 billion industry in network marketing already. I mean, it is the way of the future, and every business is going to go that route. So I'm excited to be a part of it and find out ahead of the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned the stuff that you talked about the stigma of the industry, and what I've been saying for a while now is that a lot of the reason why there's a stigma in the industry is because of the field. It's because of the things that the distributors have done in the past to maybe spam their friends or go out there and do it all wrong, right? And so we've caused a little bit of this reputation, and it's unfortunate because it keeps a lot of people from seeing it for what it really is, right? And I had that same stigma because I didn't want to be one of those people. And it kept me from looking at network marketing for years. I mean, probably 5 years before I finally decided to join network marketing. I was told about network marketing. I just didn't want to be one of those people. So one thing that we can do as distributors and as representatives of this amazing industry is clean up our act a little bit, right? It's helped to change people's perception about what we do. It's like you said, I mean, the gig economy is a real deal. I mean, people are looking for ways to create income, but not do it on somebody else's terms, right? To have your own ability to create whatever income you want to create, but do it on your terms. And what I love about network marketing is it's right there in that gig economy. But unlike the other things like the Ubers of the world, we can create an incredible amount of leverage in residual income in network marketing, right? So that's what really separates us. Yes, we can make money from our smartphones, and yes, we can create a leveraged network and to be able to create some of that freedom. So as soon as the world really finds out the power of this industry, we're going to go from 165 or 180, whatever we are a year, to up to a $500 billion year, to up to $1 trillion year. It's just only a matter of time, and we can help to do our part. So,
well, the Ubers of the world are helping us out because the Ubers of the world they're open to other streams of income, right? And it's like you said, what we've got to do a better job is realize we're not salesmen. Network marketing is not selling. Network marketing is you have a franchise and you can leverage your network of people buying that product. It's no different than you going about a franchise down the street, but people have abused the industry and sold the crap out of their friends. I'm guilty of it. I mean, I did it. If I could go back knowing what I know now, of course, that's the famous saying for everybody. I ruined a lot of friendships that way, or I ruined a lot of my database. But even that being said, they're coming back because no one wants to be left behind. What you got to realize in life, most people don't want to be first, but no one wants to be last. So if you stick to a system, look at the mentors that are doing the right things. People are very clear on a system and what to do and what not to do. What we do as new networkers is we take the path of least resistance. We think it's the path of least resistance, and that's what gets you in trouble. So I'm excited about where we're at as the industry as a whole.
Yeah, me too. Network marketing is something to absolutely be a part of because if you do it right, your friends see. You cannot deny the type of lifestyle that it creates. And it's a lifestyle of freedom and choice. It's whatever life you want to live, you get to create it in network marketing. And people are going to wake up to that, and they're going to realize that they don't want to spend their time building someone else's dream when there is an opportunity, whether you have your choice of companies. It's which one lights you up, which one connects with who you are and what you want to be a part of. Go plug yourself into that and create the life that you want to live. Network marketing is the thing to do. They just don't realize it yet. I'm glad we realized it. Thank you, Fred, for playing such a big role in waking us up to the possibilities, because I absolutely love it. So one last thing, what would be one key success tip that you could give everyone, if you could just give us one?
I would tell you, you've got every single person that said yes to this industry, you said yes for a reason. There's a reason why you said yes to the opportunity put in front of you. And all I'm going to tell you is do the things you say you are going to do once that emotion has left them. Successful people, they will continue to beat the tree without the result. You've got to completely divorce the results and marry the process. The process of this industry works. So what you got to do is keep yourself accountable and not let anyone or anything predict your future, and know that you are in control. For you said yes to this opportunity because you want to change. Now you look in the mirror and don't let yourself down. And that's the best thing I could tell you.
Awesome. Good stuff. As always, Fred, we appreciate you hopping on, guys. Can we get some hearts and some thumbs ups or whatever for Fred? Give some love and drop a 2 if you got value from this broadcast, and definitely share it with your network marketing friends who would get value from this interview. So
yeah, tag them below.
Tag away, share them. And guys, don't forget to join us every Friday for a new interview with a mover and shaker in the industry. And if you're not currently following Fred Graves, go to his social media profile, follow that guy. He's always dropping nuggets of wisdom, always inspirational. Fred, we appreciate you and everything that you've helped us with in the past, and everything we're going to do together to create some major impact in the industry of network marketing moving forward.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks a lot. You guys are killing it.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next time.
See you.